joy is not pretending. Joy is not just kind of super gluing the sides of your face up and saying everything is always fine and it's totally fine. Joy is not that kind of saccharine, fake it till you make it kind of Christianity. James, in the beginning of his book, says this. He says, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers." Now, this is kind of a big concept, but he says, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds." He does not say you cannot call it a trial. He does not say it is not a problem. He says that his call is to say, look at it in a different way. Look at it in a different perspective, but do not pretend. Do not feel as you have to lie about the whole thing. To move to joy, it's not that we pretend. It's not that if we just lie long enough and we say everything is fine, then we'll be all right. And so to move into joy is not to be delusional. It's not to lie to yourself or to lie to those around you. To move into joy is not simply to pretend. Joy is not delusion. Here's what joy is. Joy is actually seeing further. So we don't have a lot of blizzards in Delaware. And I can't really say that I miss blizzards, but I will say that a lot of times people think that the problem in driving in bad snow is the roads. In lots of places, the problem is not the roads, it's the people. It really is. And so where we grew up in upstate New York, my sister and I both learned to drive on really bad roads because at any given time between October and May, there could be a blizzard. And we went to school half an hour away from our house, and our parents were divorced, and they lived half an hour away in different directions. And so we were driving an hour kind of in any given direction, any given day. And so we had to know how to drive in bad conditions. And so my dad, God bless him and protect him and kept him alive in this, took me out in bad weather to show me how to drive in the snow. And one of the things that we had to learn to do was not focus on the storm, not focus on the snow. Because, have you ever seen those really big, wet snowflakes? And they just come down and they cover everything. When you're driving through that, all you can see, it seems like, is snow. It's not true, though. There is plenty of road to be seen. You just have to slow down and focus on it. But what ends up happening is that we say, I'm nervous, I want to get off the road. And so we do two things. We speed up and we focus in the wrong place. And when we do that, we crash. And so what he taught me was he said, look, you have to look past the storm and you have to focus on the road. You have to look past all of the things that can distract you, look past your circumstances, and look ahead of you to actually where you're going. Jesus actually models joy for us. He shows us what joy looks like. In Hebrews 12, it says this. It says, fixing our eyes on Jesus, the pioneer, the perfecter of our faith. For the joy set before him. I want you to see that again. Look at Jesus, who for the joy that was ahead of him endured the cross. For the reality that was ahead of him, the joyous and the good reality that was beyond the cross, beyond the shame, beyond the frustration, he went through all of those things. And he did it for you. And what is so amazing is that any of us can have that joyous future if we accept what Christ went through for us. Joy is not about our current circumstances. If joy was about our current circumstances, then how could joy be the thing that Jesus was happy about on the cross? He wouldn't have been. It was beyond the cross. It was knowing that what he did would take care of you. It was knowing that what he was going to do would bring all of us reconciliation with him. And so his current circumstances were worth suffering through for the sake of the joy ahead of him.